of the mill rate. For instance, Pinecrest, a rich area, their mill rate is the same as the county. Okay, so I'll be happy with that if I live in a rich area. But here in the poor area, we have to have a huge area because we got 4 houses, small price houses. Where that same mill rate is hurting me, they love it.
Yeah.
So we have to maintain the same mill rate as Dade County, so Dade County.
No, ma'am.
No.
No. The new
We can't
municipality,
be more than Dade County.
I can answer that.
Or less.
Let's say this area incorporates tomorrow, and one thing you'll see once they start getting into the budget numbers,
Right.
the ad valorem taxes is only a piece of the puzzle
Right.
that puts together a municipal budget. There are other revenues that flow. There's sales tax, communication service tax, utility taxes, franchise fees, a whole bunch of revenues that the municipality uses to provide services for its residents. So depending on what that picture looks like and the level of service that municipality wants, that's where they set that millage rate. Now, for the first year of incorporation, absolutely, the new city always has to keep the same millage rate as the county because they don't have a board in place to put in a millage rate for the most part when they're first formed. So that first year, yes, they usually keep that same rate. However, that board can change that millage rate depending on the services it wants to provide its citizens or its citizens is asking for. You know, if you wanted, instead of 20 officers, 50 officers, you know, that has a price. So that municipality, that board that this area would elect would take that into consideration and say, okay, we want 50 police officers, and this is what it's going to cost us to do it, and they make that decision based on that. So it all depends on the level of service that you have, and obviously the taxable value of the area. So it's a number of things that play into that. It's not a simple, we're going to incorporate, the taxes are going to go up. They may go down too. I can't answer that now, and none of us can answer that.
But those dollar values that you're going to come up with, the franchise fees and the road fees and
Those are
stuff,
estimates.
are they done with the same computer program that you said is an old problem program with building and zoning, or
No.
is it a better program, or
It's
is it
an
more
estimate of revenues.
accurate?
It's an estimate of revenue,
Okay,
just like
my
any.
board members, any observations, comments?
Just real quick, one is, I think maybe we would do ourselves better by having a small, at the beginning of the meeting, because we get new people into the meetings and never know what the MAC is all about, first of all. Very short, because we go off into different areas that are not necessarily can be answered by us at this particular time. And I know that some of our citizens, unfortunately, you ask questions that if you attended other meetings in the community, and I'm not browbeating anybody, but I want to tell you, we have CAA meetings, we have zoning, the community council meetings, where a lot of things get done. If you don't attend those meetings, they're gone, like the question you asked about the zoo. And CRA meetings, if there's one in your area, we need to start attending the local meetings so we'll be more informed about what's going on in our community. And that's the only way you can get that done. I wanted to ask, do you live in this area?
I own property in the area, yes, jointly with my mother. Yes.
Okay. Board members, any other questions, comments, observations?
Observation that everyone coming to the meeting, we're going to have a good lesson in civics, because obviously we all don't know these answers, and later on in the agenda there will be someone coming in here to discuss the economics. They will be discussing how the funds will flow as to the expenses and how to generate for the particular city. But there will be a lot of questions, there will be a lot of answers, but keep coming and we'll all learn how to put together the city together. And again, as it was stated earlier, this is a feasibility study. We are here to take into consideration all the questions that are being asked. And if it is to be, it will be. That's the way I would look at it. And if it's it's not, it's not. But again, let's continue to roll and enjoy this civics class.
Just wanted to thank the residents for coming. We're tasked with an important responsibility from our commissioner. We're here again in a feasibility and a fact-finding role. We are gathering information. We're going to be asking questions from these departments. I know we will be bringing back some departments. There are key departments where these funds are going to be coming from. If we're going to consider recommending that. So we're going to be bringing back some departments. We're going to have public hearings where we will sit here and hear you. That is our job. Our job is to ask questions. Our job is to gather facts. And our job is to listen to you. So we're here to listen to you. So we thank you for coming. We are serving as volunteers, and I know we're very interested, just as you, because this is our area, our community.
Next meeting? When's the next meeting?
Comments, questions?
We just, for some of the information that we were going to gather in terms of fire and parks, I just want to know in terms of the work plan, are we going to fill those?
We'll fill them in.
Back in?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, as I told you, Gigi's sick today, and we're out for a couple of days, so I'm kind of flying a little blind today. But I know that she said she had some follow-ups, definitely with fire, and I believe parks was the other follow-up. We'll get back to you, and we'll put them on the future agenda, and give that presentation again, or address those issues that you have.
And did you have an idea on the next department that's coming?
Next department we have scheduled is the police department. That one will be your whole meeting, I can guarantee you.
I just asked Mr. George, I'm sorry, that we get staff really, and we have gotten excellent staff today. I want to say that they were very knowledgeable, and I felt that they were very fluent in the information, and they were able to really answer some of the tough questions. So as we pedal down this road, we want to make sure that the staff that comes, because the questions are going to get harder from us and also from the community that may have questions. So I want to make sure that the staff, especially police, and again, thank the staff that came today, because I think that they were excellent, really.
Absolutely.
So we want to
Thank
make
you.
sure that police, especially police,
Well, I can guarantee you,
we need
police,
fire back.
we will make sure that people representing fire are very knowledgeable at your next meeting. I can guarantee you, police is very knowledgeable. They have a unit that deals specifically with incorporation and annexation issues, so they can answer all the hard questions. That I can guarantee. So moving forward, I believe that is your last presentation from departments, other than questions coming back, and then the real fun begins.
Do you have a date?
All right, our next meeting will be October 28th. Same time, 6:30 at this location.
Nobody's listening.
I want to say one thing before the meeting goes, because I wanted to follow up, and I got an answer from that guy. There's some things that affect your taxes that doesn't show up here, and I just found out. We automatically lose our 25% exemption on your flood insurance when we incorporate. So when he talked about the 25%, the 5, 0 to 10, he said when you incorporate, that automatically goes down. And you lose that until we certify with the National Flood Insurance. So for me, that's $200. My bill goes up automatically. And everybody else who's in the flood area, that happens to you too. They told me that back here.
And
That's why I
Palmetto
wanted to
Bay?
make sure you knew that.
Palmetto Bay, when did Palmetto Bay incorporate?
He said it doesn't happen real quick.
2005, 4? They used to say that Palmetto Bay hasn't gotten it yet, and they incorporated in 2004.
Right.
So that's 10 years?
Yep.
Let me, Chair, one quick thing. Gentleman asked about taking the tour, and I don't think we can arrange a tour, but you have the map. And I think it'd be best if you drive this area to know, to be familiar with it yourself before the next meeting.
That's a good
That's the most
idea.
important thing. We only meet here, right? Two of us and all that stuff, so I don't want to give them false promise there.
We appreciate it. I don't have a tour bus either.
I get so the logo.
You should do.
Mr. Chair, your location, your next meeting, the location of the next meeting?
Mr. Murray, we're trying to find a bigger location, but it'll probably be here, but we will notice it. You know, we have your, I believe you're on the email list.
Yeah.
We'll send it out a week before the meeting. Just to confirm.
Okay, thanks.
A week?
Okay.
Okay, let's hope it's a week.